Geoverse Part 3 To Live is Human by GeodesicDragon Chapter 8 Reacquainted. The weeks turned into months, and Twilight and I grew closer together. Her twice-monthly checkups had reassured us both that our foe was healthy. As any parent will tell you, having kids is expensive, so I decided to get a job. I was soon offered a job as a bouncer by none other than Vinyl Scratch, or DJ Pawn 3 as some ponies called her. Twilight worried about me for the first months I was working, but once I told her that the job was the easiest money I ever made, due to the fact my size was more than enough to intimidate drunk and abusive clubbers into behaving themselves, she relaxed a little. Every spare bit I earned went towards our child. I worked during the night, so I was free to spend my days with my wife and friends, enjoying my life for all that it was worth. "Twilight?" I called up the stairs. "Yes," came the reply. "Vinyl wants to see me so we can discuss my hours for next week," I said. "Will you be all right on your own for a while?" "I'll be okay," she said. "Once I call the girls over for a chat." "All right," I said with a chuckle. "I'll see you later. Love ya." "Love you too." I stepped onto the streets of Ponyville and breathed in the cool, crisp air. The sun hung lazily in the sky as the market traders peddled their wares. I put my hands in my pockets and began walking to the club. Vinyl was waiting for me outside, wearing her usual goggles. She raised a hoof in greeting as I approached. "Hey, boss," I said as I got closer. Vinyl nudged me with a hoof. "Don't call me that," she said sternly. "I hate it. Call me Vinyl." "Sure thing, boss," I replied mockingly. Vinyl rolled her eyes and led the way into the club. The eerie quiet of the place was strange. I had never been here during the day. "So, your hours," Vinyl said as she entered her office and sat down behind her desk. "I need to go over a few things." I sat down on the chair in front of the desk. "Okay," I said as I made a pyramid with my fingers. "Like what?" Vinyl opened a drawer and took out a piece of paper. She laid it on the desk in front of her and jabbed at it with a hoof. "I'm giving you Monday off for Twilight's next checkup," she said. "You can come in on Tuesday instead." I nodded. "Thanks, Vinyl," I said. "Wednesday is nightmare night," Vinyl continued. "So we're expecting a lot of party ponies. Thursday is your next day off, and then it's the usual weekend mayhem." I nodded again, and Vinyl pushed the paper over to me. "Suits me, Vinyl," I said as I stood up. "Glad to hear it," she replied. "Now get out of here and tend to that wife of yours." We both grinned at each other as I left the office, tucking the paper into my pocket. As I stepped back out onto the Ponyville streets, I saw John walking along the road. I called out to him and he stopped. Seeing it was me, he came over. "Hey, Geo," he said. "I thought it was your day off?" "It is," I replied, "but Vinyl wanted to discuss my hours for next week, so here I am." "And what about Twilight?" John asked. "She'll be fine," I said. "She said she'd invite the girls over for a bit of a chat." "Oh, good," John said, "because I need to talk to you. In private." "Sure thing," I said. "But where?" "I know a place," John replied. "Follow me." I nodded and followed him as he walked down the winding streets onto a path leading past Fluttershy's house. We continued past the humble abode and entered the everfree forest. We came to rest in a forest clearing. I laughed to myself as I seemed to spend a lot of time in such places. "So," I asked John, "what did you want to talk to me about?" John took a deep breath. "Promise you won't laugh?" he said. I nodded. "Pinkie Pie promise?" The sincerity in his voice was strong. I did the necessary motions, which included pulling a Twilight and jabbing myself in the eye with a finger. "Cross my heart, hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye." John smirked. "Promise made," I said. "Now what is it?" John sighed. "I think," he said carefully, "I'm in love with Applejack." I smiled. "Why would I laugh at that?" I said, sounding bemused. John looked at me. "Hello," he said loudly. "She's a freaking element of honesty, and I'm a no-good, two-faced lying bastard." "You used to be," I corrected him. "I still done it," he said flatly. I sighed. "Tell me," I said, "what do you laugh about her?" John smiled contentedly and leaned against the tree. "She makes me laugh. She's strong. She listens to my problems, and I get on well with her family." I nodded. "And what's stopping you from telling her this?" "My nerves." I slapped him as hard as I could. He winced. "Hey!" he shouted. "What the fuck was that for?" "1, for slapping me at my wedding," I smirked. "And 2, because you need to stop fretting and tell her. The worst she can do is turn you down." John groaned. "But when you told Twilight you loved her, you nearly died." I grimaced. "Sorry, mate," John said, realizing what he'd said. "No, it's true," I replied. "I did nearly die. Again. But I'm here again, am I not?" John nodded. "Has AJ given you any signs that she feels the same way about you as you do her?" I said. "Well," he blushed, "she does keep flicking her tail at me." I raised an eyebrow. "I think that's a clear enough signal," I replied. John laughed. "Thanks, Gale," he said. "You're right, I need to tell her, and I need to do it soon. You have Twilight, Ace has Pinky. Now I need some pony to laugh." I patted him on the shoulder. "Atta boy," I said, ruffling his hair for the hell of it. "Now what are you going to do?" "I'm going to tell AJ I love her." "I can't hear you," I said. "What are you going to do?" "Tell AJ I love her," John roared. We both cheered and gave each other a high five. As our enthusiasm died down, dull clapping could be heard. "How positively sickening," a voice said, full of venom. "You two make me ashamed to call myself a human." John and I looked around. "Who the fuck is that?" John hissed. "I don't know," I replied, "but their voice sounds familiar." "Of course my voice is familiar, you dense cunt!" A figure emerged from the tree line, wearing a blue t-shirt with matching blue trousers. I gasped. "After all," he said, "you heard enough of my voice at the trial." I narrowed my eyes and glared at him. "Derek," I snarled, "how wonderful to see you again."